everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is Stuck in the Mud and I am Kirsty, and today we are going to be talking about agreeing with your OCD thoughts, your anxiety thoughts as well. So that might seem a strange concept because OCD can be pretty scary at times, really frightening, and some of the images, the thoughts, the urges, the sensations can be really hard to deal with and really scary to experience. So what do I mean by agreeing with your OCD and anxiety thoughts? So the thought of agreeing with our OCD thoughts and anxiety thoughts can sound pretty terrifying because it goes against our values and everything we are as a person. I mean, does this mean we're so awful and we could actually do these things? No, not at all. But if we approach these thoughts by saying, well, you might do this terrible thing, the OCD thought's going to be there saying you could do this terrible thing to maybe a family member, and that could be really scary things as well. Like I say, the narrative with OCD is usually quite abhorrent and things that go against everything you are. So it could be like abuse, and it could be harm, it could be anything, it could be all the awful things, even killing, murder. It could go to all the extremes. So the thing with OCD and anxiety, it wants our involvement. It wants us to kind of get involved with it and try and rationalize why we're having this thought, and it wants ultimate certainty. But if we choose to let it play out and let it have doubt, and OCD doesn't like doubt. So if we can be more nuanced and balanced about it and say, well, I guess it could happen, and be really blasé about it as well, because it's almost laughing in the face of OCD and all the different thoughts it likes to come up with, all the extremes, all the thoughts that are just not who you are. And you're not going to commit these awful things that OCD likes to play out in your head. It's just not going to happen. So to laugh in the face of OCD, it could really face you with a really uncomfortable scenario. So maybe you would abuse a family member or something terrible would happen to a family member, and you're thinking it, so you think it's going to happen. But if we can just laugh in the face of these thoughts and be like, I know that sounds completely against everything you are because you really don't want these scenarios to happen, but we have to accept it and have that level of acceptance for it to fade away. And it really will fade away, believe me. And if we can just be like, really, is this what you've got for me today, OCD? Whatever, and just carry on and move forward with your day. Welcoming these thoughts as well is a great way to just let them be there and let them do whatever they want and just accept them. Because we can have the most awful, extreme, the most abhorrent, worst case scenario you could think of. And we can welcome it. We can go, nice to see you again. You can do whatever you want. You can hang out for as long as you want. But I'm just going to leave you there and do nothing with you, because OCD wants us to feed into that cycle. And when we do these kind of strategies, it really takes away its power. It wants your attention, and the less attention we give it, it goes away. It will go away. And it may take some time. We have to practice this. It's not going to be a quick fix. And I think this is where I think I fell down in the past, and other people listening to this may also agree. We can start doing these strategies, but we don't do it consistently. And I talk about consistency a lot because it really is the big difference between having OCD and managing it and living a life where it's not dominating you and it's not controlling your every move. So it's definitely achievable. And like I say, with continued practice, these strategies can really assist you in your journey to healing from OCD and anxiety. So it's something worth trying out, and agreeing with your thoughts doesn't mean that you're okay with it. It doesn't mean that you're going to commit it. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't say any of those things. But OCD doesn't like that. OCD wants you to feel terror, to feel anxiety, to feel all these things because you're thinking it. But if we don't give it that energy, those emotions, you know, we can just let it sit there. And you may feel, like I say, it's going to feel uncomfortable, and you may have some anxiety, and that's okay. That's completely normal when you're starting out with this kind of treatment. But when we practice this, like I say, over time, you will notice that reducing, and it will get so much easier to just kind of laugh in the face of OCD and accept it's there and agree with it. You know, it might happen, it might not. We can't have absolute certainty. OCD wants you to have absolute certainty, and you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it with OCD because no one can have absolute certainty with life. And it is a scary thing if we stop and feed into that cycle and question how we can get it, but we can't. And that's why OCD can often win, because it's got you hooked in, it's got you trying to figure it out, trying to figure out how we can get that 100%, but it's not possible. So I hope these strategies will help you with accepting some of these thoughts, agreeing with them, but it doesn't say anything about you because you are so much more than these thoughts. They are separate to you. OCD is a disorder, and you suffer from OCD. It's nothing about you. It's nothing about your values. It's nothing about who you are at the core. Believe me, I've gone through almost 40 years of dealing with this, and it lies. It lies big time. And you deserve to have freedom from OCD. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember to like my video if this helps you today and you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel because it helps a great deal. See you next time.